and protection of Earth materials and resources on Earth. Good day, Maris. I am Odonel Manatad from News TV3, serving you reliable and honest news across the globe. Our world, it is constantly changing. As human beings, it is our duty to take care of our nature. What are the problems our world currently is facing? Let's take a look. Single-use plastic makes up to 40% of the plastic pollutions in the environment. 9 million estimated Filipinos rely on unsafe water supplies. And deforestation increased by 17% in the first 6 months of 2021. As Maris and as humans, what can we do to avoid such issues? Let us first hear an overview from Ms. Benitez, Ms. Denosta, Mr. Lapar, Mr. Caril, and Mr. Banisil.
Our country and the entire world as a whole would suffer the consequences of lacking earth materials and resources on Earth. Global warming, land pollution, ocean contamination, droughts, waste disposal, and deforestation are only some of the factors that threaten our natural resources. One problem can cause and contribute to one another since our environment all interconnect. With that logic, a solution to one could be a solution to another. On this news report, we will be highlighting what plastic pollution, ocean contamination, and deforestation is and their causes, and also how we can avoid them.
Any form of trash displayed and scattered across the Earth's surface is referred to as plastic pollution. Plastic pollution, also known as land pollution, currently is one of the major and the leading environment issue the world is dealing presently every day. We use plastics in a lot of ways. It is convenient and makes our task easier, with 40% of the plastic pollution comes from single-use plastic. Single-use plastics are the cellophane used in groceries and shoppings.
Ocean contamination is mostly caused by humans. Garbage thrown in the oceans and littered waste from the land that drifted to the sea, no matter how little, can meddle with its quality. It is estimated that roughly 9 million Filipinos depend on unsafe water supplies caused by contamination. Consuming polluted waters might cause harm to both humans and animals. Deteriorated ocean also often cause fish kills and alter number of captures during fishery.
Deforestation is an issue that affects most of our land resources, specifically the raw materials and food production. It occurs both from a natural and human-driven phenomenon. The highly increasing percentage of this disaster decreases the number of resources we can harness in forests, currently at 17% rate, and is possible to continue increasing until the end of the year. Not only does it affect the habitats of animals, contributing to climate change and global warming, but it also severely affects earth resources.
Everything they have mentioned shows is alarming. As days pass by, Earth is growing nearer to its destruction. It will make us pay for our ignorance. We are facing so many problems. Not to mention the COVID, we will be at risk if not solution. Our city alone has been experiencing water shortages due to continuous population growth. The higher the population, the more water consumption. We are also aware of the uncontrollable waste disposals scattered in our surroundings. Magandang dyan sa no more, let us all do our part on preserving the reputation. Despite how catastrophic this issue cost and will cost, it is still possible to alleviate the damage. Regardless of the pandemic, there are still simple ways we can do to help save our nature. My co-reporters care to show the proper ways of how we can conserve and protect our own resources.
Throwing garbage at its designated places is simple act, yet not everyone practice. Just like how 1 peso is needed to make a million, a single trash can also make up 1,000 harm. Most people tolerate their bad habits of littering because of the thought they won't get punished unless they get caught. It had been studied through social experiments that people who litter believes there are no consequences if they do so. This might be true for some time. There usually is no fine. However, someday, we will all pay for that action. As far as possible, we must always implement self-discipline with our trash. Avoid littering, may it be intentional or not intentional. It can greatly affect the environment. By doing so, you can help preserve the beauty of your surroundings and avoid air and land pollution that will harm our resources. One of the best ways to avoid plastic pollution is to reduce, reuse, and recycle. This helps lower the percentage of wasted single-use plastics and lessen the amount of garbage made up of plastics. Instead of using cellophanes, we should use eco bags instead. It is eco-friendly, environmental healthy, and can be reusable for a long time. Cellophanes looks boring. Hop into the trend and start using eco bags now.
We do know that Earth is made up of freeport water. Almost entirely of the Earth is water. Yet, there are still places out there that lack supplies. When we say lack of water, these specifically mean the fresh or drinkable water. Not every liquid we see residing on our planet is safe. In fact, there are only 3% of fresh water on Earth, and not everything in this ratio can easily be harnessed. The difficulties of certain water supplies forces our coffee famous to rely on unsafe resources. Consuming the seawater can harm our health due to high amount of salt in the substance. Us, who are lucky enough to have safe and clean water, must utilize and make sure we do not use water more than it is needed. There are very simple ways we can do to save water only beneath our roofs. Replacing filtering off the faucets when not in use, doing laundry only at least once a week, and try to use water for other chores. Like reusing the water we use to wash vegetables for watering our plants.
We depend on nature and our basic needs, and it is often found in forests. Forests contain trees, food, raw materials, and sometimes even fresh water. These we all need to sustain life are endangered by deforestation. Trees cleanse polluted air, absorbs waters when there are fluids, can produce paper, and many more. They serve humans the gift of survival, therefore we take care of them. But if deforestation can also occur naturally, how can we avoid such situation? Dumping garbage in forests potentially can cause fire due to the presence of hazardous and electronic waste. Our forests are trash cans. We can freely throw our waste if needed. Are you aware that the month of June is regarded as the mass tree planting month in Jensen? It is according to the Ordinance number 11 years of 2013, Chapter 5, Section 1. Have you participated in this year's tree planting month? If no, make sure to take part next year.
Speaking of programs in our communities, there are plenty of organizations in Jensen, both from under the government and non-government, that helps alleviate the threats of local earth resources. Green to Clean Jensen is an initiative for waste management here in our city. It is under the current administration of our land, and is aiming to preserve and conserve the resources that lies in Jensen. It offers activities that allows the citizens to participate such as education awareness raising, National Cleanup Day, and advocacy and implementation. To be a Marius, one must be community-oriented citizen, and one must value the integrity of creation. Everything starts with us within, and once we can apply these traits on ourselves, we should be able to encourage the others to do the same. It is true that actions speak louder than words. However, you can also use your voice to reach out to other people. Together, we can help preserve and conserve not only our earth resources, but also the earth itself. Once again, this is News TV3, reminding you to take care of your surroundings. And have a good day!
Audio Jungle.